Jai Hind and a very good afternoon to our guests for the day, Ms. Tanvi Sawal, Mr. Chandan Kumar, our MD Dr. Jai Singh, our Dean Dr. Poonam Nikam, faculty members and students of IIEBM. I, Shreya Srivastava, MC for today's Bodhan Guest Series session, welcome you all. Gives me immense pleasure to introduce you to our guest for the day, who is also an alumni of our prestigious institution from the 2008-2010 batch. Ma'am, may I have your permission to proceed? Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Tanvi Sawal is a remarkable business analyst with a demonstrated history of working in financial service industry, skilled in trading, financial risk, business development, derivatives, foreign exchange options, a strong professional with an MBA in finance, master's in computer science. Ma'am is currently serving as the Vice President at Citibank. We welcome you, ma'am. Ma'am is also accompanied by Mr. Chandan Kumar, who is the Associate Director at UBS Bank, also an alumni of our 2008-2010 batch. I would now request ma'am to please embrace the batch with her words of wisdom.
Hello all. Thank you, Shreya, for the wonderful introduction. and thank you so much. So it's like a great honor for me to be here after such a long time. Means I'm just refreshing my memories. Means it's almost 13 years, and I still remember the day when I have given the presentation over here. And it was like my first day in the institute, and I volunteered to present on the very next day. And I'm so happy to be here and part of this IBM, and because it has not given me the base, but it has it has helped me to create a foundation and help my career, and I'm very glad. So in our 1 hour journey, I would like to have an interactive section so that we can make most of it, right? Agreed? What do you had your lunch? Then you won't feel sleepy. So that is good thing. So let's start with something. Maybe most of this, as this is a continuous corporate sessions going on, and you will hear repeating things, right? And you will hear it because it's like very important for us in our day-to-day life, as well as in academic, as well as in career. So although it's repetitive, plus please keep a note of it, right? Because it will help you a lot. So let me start with first question. What is the most important thing in your life? If anybody wants to volunteer, means just raise your hand, or I will ask. Anyone? Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, that's correct. Anyone else? Yeah? You have to be louder. I know you still haven't had done lunch, but you have to be little. Money, okay. So, money, okay. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Yeah? Okay. Anyone else? Yeah? Yeah, okay. So what all you have answered, those are all correct question answers actually. But I would say, and you can let me know if you agree or disagree to this, but I would say health is the most important thing in your life. Agree or not? Raise your hand. Yeah. So health is the very important. What all answer you have given? You have given happiness. You have given money. You have given family. Yeah, family is the important. But if you are not healthy, how can you keep your family happy? Right? So health is the most important thing. Now you are all young. You are all fit right now. But gradually, when you enter the corporate world, the first thing that deteriorates is the health. It's a 9 hour plus sitting job, right? So, okay, how many you exercise or do yoga, meditations and all daily? Yeah, that's a great thing. So by being healthy, it is not physically healthy, it's a mental health as well. Because if you are healthy, it will help you to grow. So if, means the people who have not raised their hand, if you're not exercising, you're not getting time, just include at least in weekly. Means you can have anything, sports, exercise, yoga, anything you want, okay? And means, or to remove stress, what you can do, you can work on your hobbies. It can be singing, music, anything. You won't realize the importance as of now, but you will realize it eventually. So I will say, means health is the most important thing. And I know it's like a busy and stressful time for you, and you might neglect your personal well-being amongst the priorities against your time. So I would suggest, please include right from today in your daily day-to-day life. Okay? So second thing, I would like to tell you about your focus. Focus is also very important. Tell me, means, why did you join this program? So you are clear, right? Why you are joining this program? It's not like my friend is joining, that's I want to join. It's a, means after doing MBA, means I will get highly paid salary and all. Means someone will have that perception as well, right? And they will join this program. Whatever is the reason, but you should be clear why you have been joining the program. You should have that mantra, okay? So, means this will help you, means place that mantra in front of you so that whenever you feel distracted and you have many options and you can narrow that options using that focus point. So that is most important to stay focused. Agreed? Third thing I will say is like benchmark yourself and not your peers. So what we mean by that? So we all are here, right? Means from various states, various different academic background, and we all are different. The learning curve and baseline is unique for each and every one of you. You cannot compare with any of your peer, right? So means I know there is a competition, you keep competing, means it happens with me as well, so it's nothing wrong in that. But don't get demotivated by seeing that, okay? Healthy competition is always good, but you should not be competing, means you should not compare with your peer, because you might be having a different skill that he might not be having, right? So that is most important. Appreciate yourself because you have reached a long way now. Coming here, doing this course, it's not easy, right? Lots of efforts has been taken from your end. So you should appreciate yourself of what you have done till now and never get demotivated, means if you score less or means any reason. So means never compare yourself with your peer and add something new each day. It makes a lot of difference. I know, means now as you're in college, you are adding something every day because you have faculties that are helping you and it will help you. But when you're out of your college, right, and then when you will enter the corporate, making yourself means to the market, because there is a dramatic change, a drastic change in the market, means there are so many courses coming up, every day there is a change. So you have to be with that, and that for that you have to add some value to yourself. For example, I mostly take example of the Excel, because most of us know Excel, right? And means I don't think so anyone here can claim that they know end-to-end Excel 100%. Anyone can claim? No, right? So means that's what means if we want to excel, means we have to keep adding to our skills on daily basis. Okay? Next, I would say take a holistic approach towards academic. Even this will be useful for your corporate as well. So by this, what I mean, ask why. Means I know, means whenever somebody teaches us some topic, we just grab it and it's with us. But are we asking enough questions to that? Are we asking enough whys? It is always required to go into the detail. I will just give an example of a corporate. Sooner you will be entering into the corporate world, you will be assigned to a project or a team, and you will be asked to complete a piece of work. I have seen many people just go and go in the morning, do their job, and come back. They don't have to know means what's over that, right? Means they don't want to know what is beyond that. So you should keep asking this question: why are we are required to do this job? Why we need to do that, right? Because that will help you. I will just give an example of one of the process, reg reporting. Reg reporting, it's a process means where you are drafting the reg reporting numbers. Means it's a creation of report. But the job doesn't end there, right? So what is it beyond? The reg reporting numbers are published in balance sheet of the company. So you know means how important it is. So unless and until you ask this why question, I just given one example, but this why question is like very, very important to enhance your knowledge, to understand, and to have a more understanding of anything. Okay? And then I will talk about be yourself. Soon you will be going to land in a place where there are new people, there are lots of new opportunity, and you will find yourself doing things that may not interest you, right? Means you have joined a job because at the first place getting a job is like very important. And then means we can always work on what is our interest. So for example, you have joined a process and after some time you have realized that it's not that worth, means I'm not finding it interesting, but for the sake of I have to continue that job. But you can always change your path, right? How do you do that? If you see any company, there are so many processes, there are so many opportunities, you name it and it will be there. It can be related to technology, it can be related to business, it can be related to finance, HR, marketing, compliance, anything. There are so many opportunities in the market, and to have it means first thing is required is collaboration and networking. You must have already heard it, how much networking is important. But I will tell you, means why. For example, you are in a company and you don't find your job interesting. Then what you will do? In that scenario, pick up your skills where it interests you, and there are internal mobility available. So you keep finding it, okay? And it will help you. Means for one position, it's a ratio of 1:20. For one position, 20 people apply. It can be more. So how do you come over that, right? So to come over, what you have to do, the networking will help. If you're already aware of the manager, you can just go to him and say that I'm very much interested. I have the required skills. So please let me know means, if I can join. So obviously, if you have that, build up that relation, that networking, it will help you and you will get that opportunity, right? So networking and collaboration helps in the corporate world. Talking about your career, means I just spoke, but you're like a blank slate. Means there are so many fields available. Sorry, I will be little biased because I'm from the finance background. I won't be covering other specialization here. But you're like a blank slate. What is your interest? What is your skill? For example, if you like to work in Excel, have your 100% there. How many of you will rate 9 out of 10 in Excel? Okay. So, do you know how to write macros? Okay. Okay. But there is too much in Excel. Means if I ask you if you are aware of macros in Excel, what you will answer? Tried, right? So you cannot rate 9 If I ask you beyond that, means do you know that now Python can be means coded in Excel as well? So you're not aware. So the world is changing very fast, and we have to be updated on that. We cannot learn 100%. We can never, right? Because it's like too huge. So as I mentioned, just add something new and keep revising it, because it will we can forget it, right, if we are not practicing or revising it. So it's like very, very important. Talking about the companies, there are so many opportunities, means within a company there is a hierarchy, means soon you will be like analyst, then team leader, manager, and above that means it goes on and on. So what will help you? Your knowledge, your skills, right? Your collaboration, your dedication, your hard work, everything will pays, right? So that is very, very important. For now, data is the future. For everything we have to save data, right? It can be WhatsApp, Facebook, every details is a database. So to work on data, to play with data, one should know. It's like essential part. You join any sector of the company, but you have to somehow deal with data. So one thing I would suggest, start playing with data. And mostly we use SQL in our day-to-day life, but there are many data analytics courses, and I have seen that our institute has also added many courses related to data analytics. So that is like really good, and just focus on those areas, and it's like very important to have to deal with data. So it's very important. The other visualization tool like Tableau, Power BI are there. That is also helpful. And if I talk about courses, so there are many courses. So I'm not recommending here to go for the certification, but I'm just telling you, for me, to enter the business analyst, my prior experience, 5 years of my experience was into operations and middle office, into derivatives as the product. From starting of my career, I wanted to become an business analyst. But whenever I applied for a position, the answer I got is like, do you have experience in business analyst? So unless and until someone will give me a job as a business analyst, how can I get an experience, right? But this is what was the expectation of the companies. Then how can I enter into business analyst profile? So that was the question. So how did I answer that? So I have seen some loopholes in my current profile, and they required some fix. Okay, so this is how you can go. So I required some fix, means to be done in my project, and I have interacted with project manager, program manager, and got it fixed. So in my later career, means I was having something related to business analyst work that I have done, I have involved. Also I have studied about business analyst. There are few courses IIBA is sponsoring, right? So that one. So means we can go through the material, we can have those knowledge, and then we can, in the latter phase, we can apply for a position, and we can tell that, okay, I didn't have that prior experience, but I have worked as a business analyst, right? So which will okay, they will say that, okay, you have done this, and you have also, I see a theoretical knowledge, not that much practical, but they will at least consider you. So it is very important if you want to have that. You want to have a goal before you start. How do you measure success? According to you, what is success? Anyone? Yeah? Yes, fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. Means, how do you measure success? For example, you can say. So, for example, I have set a goal. In 10 years, goal can be anything according to your priorities. It can be related to your package, it can be related to your position, it can be anything in your life. It can be related to your sports, other activities as well. I'm not talking about your corporate world, but in your life. If you want to achieve something, you can set a long-term goal. You should always set up a long-term goal so that you have a path where you have to go. You can work on that. Otherwise, how will you succeed, right, if you don't have any goal? And once you achieve that goal, for example, I said that, okay, I want to be an India lead after 10 years. I want to see in that position. And I have worked towards that and have achieved that position. Okay? There is where I will say that I have been successful, right? This is how you can measure success. So having a long-term goal is very, very important. Okay? Next thing is, we have talked about mobility, right? If it's mobility, internal mobility within a company, or if you are trying for a job, so what is the first thing you will do? First, study about the company, the industry you are entering. Means industry as in banking industry, it can be pharmaceutical, anything, right? So about the industry, about the company, study it well, okay? And then go through the job description. Without preparation, it's like, why you want to apply to that position if you're not aware, means what is the job about, right? So you should go into details and go into the skills that are required for this position. And once you know that, okay, and then once you face the interview, what you can say, okay, I have the required skills and this is how I can contribute, right? You should tell about your contribution. You should be ready with your questions. If you have any questions, what is this role about? What are the expectation out of it, right? So you should be prepared for any interview prior to appearing it. You should not randomly apply and go for it. If you don't want to waste your time and others, just prepare first and apply. Just, and I know, means you are already on LinkedIn, means I have seen many people on LinkedIn, and you are well networking as well. And yes, means you can post your skills that I have these skills and I'm looking for a change, and this is how I can contribute. I have this level of knowledge about a particular skill, and that will definitely help you, right? Next thing I would like to cover, step out and take risk. Means it's easy to say, but it's difficult to take risk, right? Means to get out of comfort and to take risk, it's like very difficult. But believe me, it will help you because you will get new ideas and the way of thinking will change. Unless and until you take risk, you will be in a comfort zone and maybe you will not grow. So taking risk is very important. But it should not be like taking means beyond our abilities, right? So it depends situation to situation. Next is very important thing I would cover is mistakes. We all commit mistakes. We are humans, right? And we will all commit mistake in our life. The industry you will be handling, it's like very new. Initial part will be difficult because to get an understanding, it will be difficult for you all, right? So how will you overcome with the mistakes? What you will do if you commit a mistake? Tell me. Yeah. Yes, that is the most important thing. First place, accept that mistake. Otherwise, it will be like, means you may have to regret why it was not rectified it before. So accept your mistake. And the second thing that is important about mistake is like, learn from it, right? And work on it. Yes, never repeat it. Never I won't use because again we are humans, but not try to means have it again, right? Means you should try to avoid that mistake again because once it can be forgiven, but for next time it will like difficult why it is committed again. So remember this, means if you make a mistake, work on it. And what you all means, okay, now I will ask if someone has some questions so that I can focus over that, and maybe I will share my experience after that. Anybody has specific question? No one? It can be anything. Yeah.
So as you are working vice president in Citibank, so my question regarding that, what methods do you use to oversee the multiple departments and how you ensure there that work should be error free?
Okay, error free, right?
Error free.
So yeah, it's very important, and there are so many. Means we have this checklist. Means I'm working as a project manager as well as a business analyst as well, and I'm handling multiple projects right now, and it's very important for a project. The first important thing is to meet the timelines for any project, right? And as a project manager, we have to deal with multiple stakeholders. There are multiple teams working along with us. It's not, we are not working solo. So it can be technology, it can be governance, many teams, right? So having interaction on day-to-day basis to have a clear picture means what we are doing, a transparency is very important. If we are working on on something, and if the stakeholders are not aware means what we are working on and where we have reached, it will again lead to a different thing, right? Means we can miss something. So to get up to date, it is very much required. And to avoid risk, there are always a need of 4-eye check. You must have heard. There are quality checks as well, means that we perform, and there are other tools as well that we go. So there are multiple steps that we go before any project release. So to avoid the quality risk. Yeah. Any other question?
Ma'am, in the corporate field, there's a incline and decline of the individual. So what is the reasons of decline?
See, decline majorly means in position, in terms of position you are asking? Okay, so that is when it will rarely happen. In the same company, it won't happen. Means because we cannot decline a position without any reason, right? Means if a person is not performing well, the company gives notice, and they will work on his skills. And if still it doesn't work, then maybe he has to leave the company. The position will not decline. But for example, if you are changing the position company, for example, I am VP, right? For some other company, the hierarchy can be different. Maybe they will have the equivalent position as AVP. So it is not an inclined position, a decline position. It is the same position, just the terms are different in different companies. The hierarchy is different. So, and the other reason is like if somebody has taken a gap for years, not working, and or means he just wanted, he's like frustrated in his current job and he just wanted to switch, whatever the reason, and I can accept any position what is offered to me. In that scenario, I can take, means it's my personal choice, the company won't force you. So these are the scenarios I can think of where the position can be declined. Yeah, welcome. Yeah.
Jai Hind ma'am, my name is Alumni. Ma'am, I would like to ask you, what are the steps you take to ensure the work-life balance?
It's very difficult to, means mostly after we have a family, you can see my kid. So it's like little challenging, but nothing can stop you. You know, means you should have determination. Now around us, there are so many facilities which were not there earlier. Companies are nowadays so supportive, right? Means we have this hybrid model, work from home model, and that will help a lot. Some at some time you have to sacrifice somewhere, means it cannot be 100%, right? You cannot balance, because you just have 24 hours. If you want to give her time, then you have to sacrifice at your job. But it will happen gradually, means use the facilities, means upfront tell, means I will say family is important, right, before the job. Give priority to your family if it's needed, right? And then you can focus on the job. Job is still there, but the family we need to support first. So this is how you can balance your family and life. And one thing means you have to tell your managers, right, means about your situation first so that he or she is aware. Means nowadays means it's like very, very easy. Means the managers are also supportive. There are HR policies, they will help you. If you face any problem with your manager, you can always reach out to HR and they will definitely help you. So means, yeah, it's good now. Any other question? Yeah.
Jai Hind, ma'am. My name is Nirupam Sharma. So you told about you are working in 2 3 project in your company, and so my question is like how you manage all the things, because I talk about myself. We have lots of things to do, like focus on studies, focus on extracurriculum activities, focus on get placement. So how the things manage in one, because the manage all the things is very difficult to us, very challenging to us. So and multitasking is also very difficult to us. So ki-
It's a very good point you have mentioned, but I would say you are in a much better place than what I am into, right? So your motive means you're out of your family, you don't have other responsibilities with you right now, right? You have to, first thing is like you are here to learn. You should keep focusing on learning. Extracurriculum first thing you should be able to prioritize your work. Prioritizing is like very important. If you have 10 tasks, prioritize first. What is the holds the most priority? Complete it first and then move to second. You cannot handle two things at the same time. It's difficult. Complete it and then move. If you are able to, means some situations you can handle multiple things, but not always. So first prioritize and then complete the task, and then means you will get some scenario in company. For example, you have to complete two tasks and one will take longer time, one will take shorter time. So it depends on situation to situation and individual to individual. For example, I prefer to complete the short task first so that one at least it's completed and I will move to the second one, which is going to take long time. Why I will keep holding the first task, which is taking the shorter duration, right? So this is how, by prioritizing and just thinking means which is important, you have to sequentially work on it. You're welcome. Any other question? Yeah.
Jai Hind, ma'am.
Jai Hind.
I am Bhanu Singh Pariyar from Jalgaon, Maharashtra. Ma'am, can you share your experience in from derivative market
Okay.
so we can learn something out of that?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, itself is a vast topic, and I was just thinking means what topic I should select for today, because derivatives I thought, but then again you have that facility to learn it in the institute, and we can go through that courses and we can understand. But to share the real life experiences, I thought it more beneficial to you all. But derivatives, it's a big market, and for example, means there are many courses available as well to understand the derivative. But the best thing that works is your experience. Always, you will learn through your experience. Before joining, means I started my career with e-clerks, and I joined the derivatives project, and I didn't know about interest rate swaps. What is interest rate swaps? Okay. So what we have to do means self-study is also required. We cannot entirely depend on the team that they will share their knowledge, or nobody will share 100% with you. You have to get out of it. Means you have to ask questions, right? To get the knowledge from the other person. Nobody will share 100%. This is one important thing. So more the questions you will ask, more you will understand. And there are many courses available. Means if you want, now it becomes easy. Means in our days, means net and the videos, means we didn't have so many facilities, but now there are so much of the material available in the net that will help you means to get more insight. Derivatives means what specifically you want to understand, means so that I can speak on that. Okay, yeah. So there is there are two things. You can sit down. So the investment banking that we work means majorly work on OTC market. OTC is over the counter. The other market is exchange traded. Exchange traded we all know BSC, NSC, right? OTC is a market where the two parties can customize the trade. I'm here little technical, but I will just explain in layman language. So, for example, means the OTC market is used to amend the trade transaction, because in standardized market, that is the exchange market, there are set of rules that we need to follow. Means the contract, also the buy amount, means everything is fixed over that. But in OTC market, it can be amended, by amended as per two parties agreement. Okay, so that is one thing. The second thing means I have worked on OTC, means I have worked, means there are three sectors: front office, middle office, back office. Front office is the sales team where they do the business. Means the trade happens between the counterparties is dealt by the front office salesperson. Okay. Then there is a middle office process. Means there are multiple teams. It's not straightforward that the trade is booked and then it is fed into the system and then the settlement happens. It won't work like that. There are so many formalities and the government regulations that needs to be followed, and that is how the trade life cycle means it's a trade life cycle, entire cycle from booking to the settlement. By settlement, I mean the payment is done and the trade is closed. Okay, so in my career, means I was very fortunate to work in the entire trade life cycle. Means booking the trade. I didn't book the real time trades, but in the UAT. UAT is an environment where, means there are two environments: production and UAT. UAT is where you can, for testing purpose, you can book it. So I have manually entered the trade details and how the transaction works, how the mark to market is calculated. You must be aware about mark to market, right? Yeah. So how the mark to market is calculated and how the settlement is done. And after that means we have other process as well, like confirmations, we have settlements, we have affirmation process, we have trade support where the every documentation is done. Depending on the product, the confirmation is also different. For example, it can be paper confirmation, it can be swift confirmation. So multiple things are involved. It's not a straightforward process, but yes, means I was fortunate to work on that, and means I have worked on the entire trade life cycle in my career. Once you enter, you will let you know. And any other question? That is little technical, but interest rate cannot be depend on a single factor. There are multiple factors that are involved for any trade, means interest rate movement. Means it depends on the means country, means it can depend on the even the currencies, the fluctuation, right? So there are multiple factors, and means I cannot means tell right now, but definitely we can connect offline and we can discuss on that. Yeah. Any other thing? Yeah. Sorry, the last part I missed. So you mean to ask, means after entering the corporate world, how upgrade with the corporate world? Okay. So, means you are talking about if you have some interest and in that, how you will be upgrading, right?
Ma'am, but I have a question in context to in a future growth that if we switch a job in a different company,
Mm-hmm.
so we have to knowledge about that company and all, and what
Yeah.
things has been happen in the corporate world.
Okay.
So if we, I just earlier you told that you have a hectic schedule and you manage that 2 to 3 major projects, and also you have a family.
Yeah.
So after all this, how to be upgrade that with things that happen in the corporate world, ma'am? It's important to know that things.
Okay. So, for example, if you're in a company and if you want to move to another company, the internal things you will never come to know because it's against the company policy, first thing. And once you enter the company, there are multiple internal trainings that are set up. Means the company will not leave you without means knowledge transfer, right? So there are multiple trainings. Means it's a like a means very good. They have this strategy. Means they will help you with trainings. They will have you. For example, means if it's a big umbrella, internal trainings will be there so that you are aware what is that next team doing to means in work related to work, and you can always reach out to that person if you are interested to know more, and nobody will deny on that. So the networking will always help you. Means if you want to know more about the company. Yeah. And regarding hectic schedule, you were asking, right? Got it. Okay. You have? Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Okay, then I'm also good. I have many things, but I think we are short of time. Or yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful and insightful session. I am sure students have learned a lot from your shared knowledge and experiences and have enjoyed the session to the core. Thank you once again, ma'am. We look forward to your visit to our campus next time.